Well, looks like I got a decent grade on the first project, 70-something%, it's not a bad grade at all. Did say something in the marker's suggestion though. Suggestions on how to present content more effectively are welcome. Seems legit, I'll give it a go. In my Project 1 documentation, I wrote that finding some of the unit's content was difficult to find, and to be honest, it sort of was. I was glad to see when finally checking my grades for the first time that the person who marked my documentation actually left a comment about the statement I wrote. So I've decided to use the blog post to think about the things I said previously, as well as give some acknowledgements of effort in regards to the unit's content. Now, it's quite easy to take the mick out of the stresses that classes cause on yourself, but to a certain degree you need to have an awareness of why you're acting like a pathetic toddler who has a back covered in its own forbidden chalky milk. We'll start by acknowledging the effort people running the unit had to go through to make sure that the class could ultimately survive, as it seems to be a class that benefits from people physically being able to interact with each other. I did go on a little tangent in my first blog about how difficult things were, but they must have been 10 times as difficult to organise with everything being taught online. Kulikovsky et al. 2021 expresses the hardships that teachers and students of today have to experience due to COVID-19, while trying to elaborate on some of the positives as well. Classes that require a physical presence of people lose a substantial amount of students backing it to run, and could ultimately cease to be able to study. The fact that such a strenuous setup for Mmcc2033 to go forth like it has is indefinitely praiseworthy, and I think I need to give credit and respect where it's due. The main problems that developed weren't necessarily the unit's content or the structure of it either. It was more technical difficulties that the people running the class had no control over, such as the Aruba VPN connection being sabotaged, and again the obvious mishaps that online learning causes for a class that's more efficient while people are physically present. I think I was just frustrated and let the stress get to me a bit, but nonetheless it is still justifiable. Even though students in conditions such as COVID lockdown and having to become IT wizards overnight is terrible, conveners, tutors and IT support, they all go through just as much for us to still be able to provide us an education. Thank you to those that took the challenge to run this unit. I am very, truly grateful. Thanks.